Hello, guys. I'm a big Juventus supporter. You must respect that. I have seen us lose the 2015 and 2017 Champions League finals. My admiration for Buffon and Chiellini and Marchisio and the Italian national team has allowed me to become a Juventus supporter. I've looked up the De Lorenzi family on the Ancestry.com. I think that the De Lorenzi family from Piedmonte, from what I've looked up on the Ancestry map. So that is the province where Juventus play at is Torino, the Ciudad di Torino in the province of Piedmonte. The Ciudad di Torino uh, in Piedmonte. Uh, for my Juventus supporters out there, won't compete for Champions League until we get Donnarumma. And that is the truth. And it did not make a difference for the keeper today uh, until we do get Donnarumma. But uh, goalkeeper didn't lose the game for Juventus today. 2026 Champions League final is our best bet. Again, I want to let the Juventus supporters know that May 22nd of 1996 is a 30. I'm trying to figure out what 34 7-day is about. 20, 25, 26 is the 34th Champions League since it was renamed for the European Cup. Keep strong, Juventus. Keep strong. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. I will show you in a second. Even though it is not worked out with Ronaldo, even as I believed Ronaldo, there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. I believe it will not take 31 years for Juventus to win the Champions League. It will be 30 years we win the Champions League because Inter in simple gematria gives us 30. And so just keep your hopes up, guys. Keep your hopes up. You won the Euro. You guys have a positive footballing memory. May 22nd of 2010. That's a positive day. Keep in mind, we are good. We are fine, folks. We are good. You just have to continue to stay strong. That's what you have to do. Stay strong, folks. Stay strong because it is going to come. It is going to come whether you believe it or not. They just have to continue to rebuild. Now, Allegri, his biggest mistake, the substitutions were too late for Allegri. Substitutions were too late. Substitutions were too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. So about Rugani, put in your experienced defender. If Chiellini gives up the goal, at least you want to die by your best players. That's all you're asking for. Dybala missed Porto. He missed Porto and Lyon. So why are you not giving this guy a chance to show what he got? Inspire confidence. Inspire confidence in your players. Inspire them. Inspire confidence. Dybala's gone. He's gone, guys. Dybala's gone. The only way Dybala stays is if Juventus get a new manager. That's the only way Dybala stays. There's no other way around it. And Nedved hates Allegri. And now you see why. Late substitutions. Don't put Allegri in the game when it's 0-0. 0-0, sub in Allegri. The sub in Dybala. Now, anti-Super League vendetta against Agnelli. He deserved it. He deserved it. Let's not have Atalanta qualify for the Champions League. You got to get in the Champions League based on your merits. This is the reality. You have to get in there based on your merits. You qualify when you're top four. Granted, Atalanta are not top four, but you must get in based on your merits. Juventus was still qualified, but Agnelli had this coming. He had this coming when he tried to betray Seferi. He betrayed Seferi. Lots of chances. Now, my conspiracy is UEFA had magnetic goalposts. And magnetic goalposts. It's a very possible theory. Now, when you consider that Villa jumped ahead on the penalty, it makes a lot of sense that they're here to get Juventus. They're here to get Juventus again. I completely agree. Juventus should have had two penalties. They should have had two penalties. This is the reality. Now, I'm over it. Kinda, it didn't make any sense, okay? If Juventus were going to go against the Champions League, UEFA was going to screw the tie against Juventus. Okay, that's granted. Now, I will be impartial or whatnot. Try to not, as much as I want Juventus to win the Champions League, try to be impartial, wait for it, be patient. I will improve. Now, I'm going to go with Bayern this year. I'll go with Bayern this year. I'm going to go with Bayern for World War III theme, Bayern Munich, to be 7-5 in the Champions League final. Bayern in 22, okay? Bayern in 22. I was a little late on them in 2020 as well, okay? Lewandowski payback, okay? Lewandowski payback. It's all about the intention. Is you want to try to decode this, and good news that they're not in the Champions League. So Lewandowski payback. Lewandowski payback for the canceled Ballon d'Or in 2020, and then Messi win 2021 Ballon d'Or over Robert. So Robert Lewandowski, we must appreciate greatness. No, Robert Lewandowski is going to win the Champions League. And you remember, Lewa missed the second leg against PSG last year. He missed the second leg. So as far as I can tell, Lewandowski is still defending his trophy. So I'm going with Bayern on the front foot to win the Champions League. City need striker. Haaland, folks. Haaland. Man City in 24. English Premier League win the Champions League again back at home at Wembley. It's got to be done by Man City. I don't like City. I don't like big oil. I don't like the UAE. I don't like a sponsorship of terrorism and all of that. But Haaland's going to win for the club that his dad played for. And we will expose the Champions League years in advance in the future. That's why I'm not done yet. And I didn't know that PSG won't win this year. Many people had PSG winning this year. So it wasn't going to be 2-4-2 in 2022 because of the moderated Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or was moderated. So what we have is a new calendar for the Ballon d'Or. Not through a whole season. From August to June. So what does that mean for Lionel the Messiah in Argentina? 22 World Cup, 23 Champions League final, 2 for 2. So my calculations for the World Cup in the Champions League for 23 are correct, even though I was a little bit off in 2022. Lots of coding for Juventus and all that. But really, what this year was all about was for the World War III propaganda and the tributes of the Nazis invading France in World War II. I remember the Blitzkrieg of 2020. Lyon and PSG lose to the Bayern Blitzkriegers. That may have been a warning sign that World War III was going to happen. Well, Olympic Games in Berlin in 1936, as I told you. World Cup in Russia in 2018. So this is definitely synced up with past history in the past 100 years. Putin was going to invade. He was going to host a very big sporting event to showcase Russia's power and Russia's influence over the region. Right? It's rare that Sumatra 27. Granted, Paris 2-7. It's a plausible theory. It's a plausible theory. They may have a psyop script every single year. 2-7 to final. It's a very valid hypothesis. And what makes it a very valid hypothesis is that if Juventus defeat Villarreal, they get healthier with Chiellini and Dybala and Sandro and what you call Danilo was there, Sandro was out, Chiellini was banged up, Dybala was there, but was Allegri in the fix? Late substitutions. Now, what makes this rigged? Messi out, Manchester. Ronaldo out. Okay. Hold on a second. Freudian slip. Messi out, Madrid. Real. Ronaldo out, Madrid. Atletico. So, yep, they definitely know who they're winning before it happens. UEFA is on a vendetta. UEFA has a vendetta against Juventus, but also UEFA, the Mafia, is going to give one back to Bayern Munich. They should have known better. Have bright spots for Chiellini to win the Champions League. Chiellini won the Euro. Bonucci won the Euro. I didn't predict Italy to win the Euro because I was like, okay, I was picking Juventus, so I want to try to be impartial. I want to predict Belgium, and next thing you know, Italy wins the Euro. So that happened last year. I don't go 2 for 2. I predict Argentina. If I predict my Italian brethren, I would have gone 2 for 2, but that's history, and what you can do now is just focus on the rest of the Champions League, the draw, and then the World Cup. What you gonna do? The United Arab Emirates can win Manchester City their first trophy since the 69-70 European Cup. The 69th Champions League final, Man City win their first trophy for the first time since 69-70. Messi wins the Champions League, it's all forgiven. If Man City win at Wembley, it's all forgiven. 2025, I don't have that solved yet. But I won't pick Juventus at all for the next few years. I will pick them definitely once they get Gianluigi Donnarumma. Federico Chiesa was out this year, so if Dybala leaves, Federico Chiesa, this guy is the next Alessandro Del Piero. He already won the Euros, major trophy. Hopefully wins the World Cup like Alessandro Del Piero was a older player when he won the World Cup in 2006. So that should be good news for 2030 because Messi's going to win right after Maradona died, and Pele is going to win right after, well, not Pele, but Neymar is going to win Messi's friend right after the death of Pele, right before the World Cup in America. I'm going to predict Pele to die before 2026. So those are good positive signs. Villarreal, they did the job, but Allegri, with his late substitutions, was the manager in on the fix with their magnetic goalposts in the game. Juventus keep on hitting the goalposts. It wouldn't have fallen in to the net. It looked like Dybala was going to come in the game and score, but Allegri decides not to put him in. That raises the question. Rugani wasn't substituted for Chiellini. It's hard to watch as a supporter, but it was all rigged because Juventus wanted the Super League. They rebelled against the Champions League. Seferin, the president of UEFA, goddaughter, the godfather was Andrea Agnelli. So Andrea Agnelli pissed off a lot of people. And maybe Juventus will keep on getting cursed as long as they support the Super League. And so, with that being said, you need to buy influence in UEFA. And I think this is where Andrea Agnelli failed, was he needs to support the ongoing institutions. It's sort of like Vladimir Putin right now. You go against the order of the West, you're gonna feel the wrath. The referee was kind of friendly towards Atletico Madrid. I do agree on that, but no shots for Cristiano Ronaldo. That is suspect. After a hat trick like that, he doesn't get any shot on goal. So I can agree with Hamed Seti. Zero shot on target after a hat trick. Suspect. Suspect. Definitely for sure. Definitely suspect. Arsenal should get top four. Ronaldo will win a European trophy for Manchester United next year. Messi will win a trophy, but we may not see any Ronaldo Messi in Europe again. A Super Cup between the winner of the Europa League and the Champions League, Ronaldo and Messi. Hopefully they extend their contracts to play the Super League match, not the Super League match, but the Super Cup match. So Ronaldo and Messi one more time. It'd be good money for UEFA. Hopefully they don't leave in the summer, but I'm still hoping that we see Ronaldo and Messi in the Super Cup if Man U does win the Europa, if Arsenal qualify for the Champions League. And on the side of PSG shall win the UEFA Champions League for a last dance. So an English club will win again when they host it at Wembley. Man City will win, even though I hate Man City. But they will win. Haaland will win. He's a brilliant player. He's on his way out the door. I thought Dortmund would draw today, but they scored in the last second. But kings and aristocracies ruled Europe for years. That's why Real Madrid is the Illuminati team in the Champions League. It was Franco that started the Champions League. So the rich get richer in Europe. That's how it's going to be. And these Europeans, by the way, they've become so dependent on Russian oil that the Russians have not completely collapsed, that Europe still has to buy their oil, even though they're trying to sanction them. They become so dependent on these murderous regimes. This cry for human rights, it's all bullshit. Corporations in America, they're, oh my God, Putin's murdering these people, but then they do business in China where they're murdering the Uyghurs, and China's a surveillance state, an authoritarian state, but these corporations in America don't love freedom. All they care about is profits. They're multinational corporations. They don't care about the country. They can do business with China. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. We're good for the future. There's obviously Juventus are good for the future. They'll get Paul Pogba. They have Vlahovic. Chiesa will get healthy. Regret that, well, Bonucci and Kelly don't win the Champions League, but they do get the Euro. So that's a they still win a major European trophy with Italia. The Euro only comes around every 4 years, and the club was deeply mismanaged at Juventus. McKennie was out, Chiesa was out, Camille was not 100. Dybala, Allegri hates. Allegri, I like the guy. The first guy that needs to be fired is the muscular physio coach. These muscular injuries happen for Juventus. They're training them too hard throughout the year. They need to go easy on the training and just focus on player recovery. Morata needs to go. He tries, but he's just not good enough. Rabiot needs to go. Arthur is inconsistent. Pogba makes a difference. You see, I think Juventus can set themselves good for the fans of the world if they have Pogba and Chiesa and Vlahovic and young Locatelli. If they keep Delic, if they get Donnarumma, that's a pretty solid core for Juventus for the future. Don't forget that United, United have not set themselves up for the future. Ronaldo is 35, 37 years old. So thank you, Cristiano Ronaldo, for getting us Vlahovic. It's time to give Ronaldo the proper props that he helped Juventus qualify for the Champions League. He helped Juventus get Vlahovic. So I'm glad I didn't burn my Ronaldo jersey. I'm glad I did not. We need a sense of perspective here. Even though he did not fit the Juventus way, Ronaldo did help the club out in other ways. We did offer a lot, 37 goals or whatever a season. We did pat the stats of Cristiano Ronaldo. So, yeah, Ronaldo in Europa League, but Ronaldo's got no service from Man United. If Chiesa didn't get hurt, maybe Ronaldo, Juventus. Yeah, I thought Ronaldo should have stayed because of the fact that Italy just won the Euros and they had quite a bit of Euro winners. But what can you do when you have everybody hurt and all that? If Ronaldo taking a private jet back home to Portugal is going to keep him healthy, then Ronaldo's pretty smarter than people give him credit for. So I'll show some love for the Ronaldo fanboys here. Yeah, don't forget the hat trick. I needed the sense of perspective, folks. I did. Even though Messi's the GOAT, Ronaldo's the greatest scorer ever. He's like Michael Jordan, but greatest player. I'm from the LeBron James family. Overall, greater player, can make everyone involved, all that. I come from a different school of thought. But, Ronaldo, he helped really save Juventus. I got to give the guy all the credit. Vlahovic, he had some tough luck today, but Vlahovic, he's going to become a regular playing midweek matches. He's going to get used to that. Too bad Juventus was too injured. Too bad UEFA screwed Juventus. They were mad over the Super League. I think people believe me that there are magnetic rims and all that, or magnetic gold posts. But payback for Lewandowski, folks. Let's make the best of it. Let's hope Messi wins the World Cup. If I go live for Europa matches, I'll wear my Ronaldo jersey. I've gained my new sense of perspective after this. I've let go of the past. I've let go of what the Ronaldo fanboys said about Juventus. I don't need to worry about them because I know Man United have got some real fans, Vlahovic just has to get used to playing these midweek matches. He's the real deal, though. He's 21 years of age. He's a very young player. He's a Zoomer who grew up with Juventus conquering Italy in the 2010s and reaching the Champions League final and defeating Ronaldo in Madrid in the semifinals, defeating Messi in Barcelona in the quarterfinals, almost coming back against Real Madrid, defeating Tottenham at Wembley. A lot of positive memories at Juventus. The knockouts against Atletico. I loved watching Chiellini and Marchisio and Buffon playing for Italy, and I loved Buffon in 2006. Loved watching Chiellini in 2010, 2012, 2014. Mario Balotelli. Watching Italy win this year was very great. I loved it. Chiellini and Buffon and Marchisio were the main reasons behind becoming a Juventus fan. Even during the down times when we're barely qualifying, that's what makes becoming a fan special. I'm just not going to stop rooting for them because they break our hearts again. That's all there is to it. That's all. You have a bond that you keep for life. That's all that is. They'll make me depressed, but I'll have no expectation during the next few years, which is great. So, in summary, like Bayern to win 22, Man City 23. This is going to improve my health. PSG 23. Other Juventus fans. I cried after Lyon. I didn't cry after Porto. I certainly was like, okay, this is normal after this year. So I did not cry during the stream at all. I felt we could make a run at it, but too bad. I'm not going to blame injuries. I'm going to blame the lack of luck in the first half, and not putting in the substitutions makes the difference. Villarreal did put in the substitutions. Appreciate Robert Lewandowski the rest of this year's Champions League. I'm just not going to stop watching because of my club. I'll probably be up till 4 or 5 o'clock. So we'll see how the draw goes. I have my own thoughts about it. I will see about those for the Champions League. So there's no doubt about it because Milan and Inter, they don't control their own gate receipts, money. Juventus does because they control their own stadium. So Juventus have competitive advantage, and Italy set themselves too bad. And Inter Milan screwed over Serie A when they conspired to have a monopoly by fucking over everybody with the Calciopoli scandal. So fuck Inter, they're the worst. I hate them the most. Hopefully Milan win the Scudetto. Even though Milan's a rival of Juventus, I will get scorned by Juventus fans for even contemplating rooting for AC Milan, and why not Napoli, even though they're a southern rival. But as long as we fuck over Inter, it's all good. We got to fuck over their Scudetto hopes. That's what Juventus have to do. And we will be successful in that regard. Nedved hates Allegri. Do I think Allegri should go? This was not the Allegri I knew today making these subs. Too late. Selling for 1-0 doesn't cut it in the modern game. It doesn't, especially with increased ratings and all that. Just the sponsors, the TV advertisements are going to ask for some more goals. You still see classic tactics in play where you try to not concede early in the match. But if you're Juventus, you had to do more in the second half, and the chances were not there. They played like cowards. In Villarreal, they went for the win with the substitutions. Villarreal, they won the Europa. They defeated 2 teams. They defeated Inter. They made it to the semifinals in 2006. They won the Europa. Emery's a master at Europa, so give Villarreal their props because they certainly did it. They certainly did the job well. Moved on from it today. I would not have moved on in prior years, a day or 2 or 3 or whatever. But again, Juventus are rebuilding, and this is it for Chiellini and Bonucci. It's tragic. It's it for Dybala. He hates Allegri. He's not going to forgive him after this. He may be off to Inter. Who knows? Dybala, complicated, tragic, unforgivable. If he misses the leg against Lyon, if he misses the leg against Porto, it's unforgivable to not give this guy an opportunity. It boils down to trust at the end of the day. And the fix was in, or either Allegri didn't trust Dybala and he hates him, he sabotaged him. It's such a shame. After all the big goals he had against Lazio and Milan and Inter, and he scored against Bayern, he scored against Porto, against Tottenham. Yeah. I would not expect anything till 2026 for Juventus. With a new manager, perhaps. Too bad. I don't see Allegri being a surfer Alex Ferguson anytime soon. Ferguson would have certainly went for the throat of Villarreal. And Man United have not conceded goals with Ferguson. They remain a very positive structure at the back. We can't play like a mid-table team like this, folks. Yeah, you got the talent at your disposal. You must go for the throat. Be the charging bull of Torino. These folks failed today. Nedved doesn't like Allegri. Just let you guys know. Our president, the Juventus board, the Juventus executives, not everyone likes Allegri, so who knows if Nedved can convince Agnelli to go for a more balanced approach as a manager, like Roberto Mancini, what he's doing with the pressing and going for the goals and going for the throat. The defense was there for Italy. Don't get me wrong with Chiellini and Bonucci and Donnarumma at the net being aided by his defense, but the proper pressing, the initiative to go for the goal, even when you're patient, just more of that cutting edge, that vertical passing, not the sideways to the wing, to the middle, and all that. Had to do a little bit more. The match was fixed. It is Maybe with another manager, they go out to the quarters or the semis or the final, whatever. But too bad, it's not what is meant to be. Bayern to win this year, PSG to win the following year, Man City to win. You hate the state-owned oil teams, but again, Europe is corrupt. They buy oil from Russia. They allow the Saudis in their murderous regime to own Newcastle. They allow Man City to be owned by UAE. They allow PSG to be owned by a murderous state Qatar, who has sold people off to slavery. Let your thoughts go about these oil clubs. They will win. Believe me on that. Football is all about money and morals and all of that. All go to the side. If they want to help Ukraine, these freaking hypocrites better go against these murderous regimes that sponsor terrorism. So UEFA and the football community are pretty big hypocrites about this. But that is how it is. It is. For some reason, they are perfectly okay with this, the governing bodies of UEFA. So hope you enjoyed these 30 minutes of commentary. I will cover the Ballon d'Or, new format, how this helps Messi win next Ballon d'Or, how this leads into Messi going 2 for 2 right after losing the Champions League this year. So more stuff to uncover, that is for sure. Still like Man City to win. Would have predicted Liverpool to win today. I didn't make a video on that. Man City to win. I probably go for Liverpool to win the Premier League next year before they face off against Messi in the Champions League final. I mean, definitely have Liverpool next year, but I kind of doubt. Well, even Liverpool could lose 2 finals for 2 straight years. I mean, that's certainly possible. I kind of like a club against Bayern somehow. So it's all up to UEFA. The draw's rigged. We'll see if I'm up for that. It'll be a lot of fun, though. It'll be a lot of fun. Even though Juventus are out of the Champions League, there's still a lot to uncover, and a good theory involving Lewandowski being repaid back for his lack of a Ballon d'Or trophy. And if there's a Ballon d'Or this year, if there's a Ballon d'Or from August to June of next year, then that's Messi. So this year, you kind of maybe lean towards Lewandowski if he's already got Bundesliga, if he wins the Champions League, if Liverpool don't win the Premier League and he wins a DFK Pokal, then this may be Lewandowski's year to, get the Ballon d'Or. That was long awaited for him. So that's a good theory to back up right now. And that's what we have to really see what is about to happen throughout the course of the season.